All right, let's get into a little bit of putting, and I do mean a little bit, just some short putts to start out with, just to get us warmed up. Keep an eye on the green grid. Those moving dots will show you which way the green is sloping. Faster dots mean more break. Slower dots mean, you guessed it, less break. Good luck. All right, there we go. That putt will complete one of your objectives. Well done. That is objective number 2 in the bag. Good putt there. So proud. That is going to complete the challenge right there. Some of these challenges are tough, but you made this one look easy, completing it on your first attempt. Congrats. Okay, that's it for me. Hopefully we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, for this challenge, a little bit of a longer putt here, but the green grid is your best friend. Use those dots to pre-visualize how your line will go and feel out this break. Best of luck. Good putt there. That's going to complete an objective. Nicely done. That's going to complete objective number 2 on your list. All right, that putt will complete this challenge. Good stuff. And again, fantastic work out there, getting all those objectives done and dusted. Great work in this challenge. And that's going to do it for me. Well, hopefully we'll see you real soon.
Two-K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is delighted to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's time now for the second round of the Farmers Insurance Open from Torrey Pines. Hi, I'm Luke Elvey. Delightful to have your company once again. Rich, we're heading into the second round now, but our featured player, sole possession of the lead.
It's always good to be leading after the first day, but listen, you got a lot of golf left to go. Let's not get too excited yet. Let's appreciate yesterday, but we need to move on.
Let's get down to the first hole. Okay, he's got that one in the air, heading out onto the fairway, and that's going to set the tone for the day. Time for the second shot into the first.
Has got this thing dialed in here, looking good.
Outstanding shot, high quality. And he's down there. You got a read?
Just going to cruise on down to the left-hand side.
Putting for a par here. Unable to take advantage of the great approach there, Rich. Teeing off on the par 4 second now. Setting up from the first cut here in the green. Always nice to have a birdie putt. Well, what a start. This is impressive.
That is definitely a confidence builder.
Sitting at -13 for the tournament. Let's see what happens here at the third hole.
I like it when they move this tee box up and it's only a wedge, because when they make it a 5-iron or more, this thing gets really difficult. Firm green, actually tilts away from you towards the ocean. This is a really difficult green to find.
Going with the 8-iron here. Come on, get down. Oh, absolutely flushed. And this putt is for a big 2 on the scorecard. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 21 feet from the cup.
That's a good looking putt, that. This has got some intent. Yes, sir. He'll like the look good where he's standing on this leaderboard. Let's go to the fourth. It's a par 4.
I love this hole. Just take it out of the... And from there, you have probably one of the coolest green complexes, I think, on the golf course. Really difficult to make birdie, and actually you're pretty happy making par. But I'm telling you what, sit there and enjoy the beauty of this hole. It's a doozy.
Taking aim from about 170 yards. Yeah, that's a good line. That should find the surface. How about this line? This player's dialed in. What a shot. And he holds another one. And he's building quite a sizable lead here.
Fantastic start right out of the gates.
Time to see what this par 4 has in store.
This fairway cambers from left to right, which helps a fade on this hole. However, don't get too overzealous and pull it, because that fairway bunker down the left, that sees a lot of action. Second shot is a green that pitches back towards you from back to front. That's got a lot of movement over on the left-hand side.
That's tidy. Standing up over this one after a bunch of birdies.
It's a good start to the day. Let's hope they can keep up the good form.
Come on, sit. Just putting on a ball striking clinic, it seems, today, Rich.
Dare I say, Luke, this player has been in fuego with his approach shots. Another green in regulation.
And back to the play, shall we? Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole. Nice one. 4th birdie of the day.
Trying to make a statement early and often.
And on the tee now of the 6th, which is a par 5.
It's a nice reprieve, this par 5. Just a little bit dogleg from left to right. Keep it shy of those fairway bunkers down the left-hand side, and almost every player will give it a go in 2. This is a 3-tiered green with a low area over on the left-hand side that sees a lot of action.
I don't like the look of that lie. Yeah, this is the stuff we love. Getting after this par 5 in 2.
Always like the aggressive play, going for it in 2 and get rewarded for it.
Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
This one is breaking left to right.
This putt coming up is for birdie. Mark it down. That's birdie number 5. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. Teeing off here at the 7th.
Lovely tee shot here. Just take it out those bunkers on the left-hand side and hit yourself a little baby fade. From there, you've got a green that sits above you slightly and also chases away from you just a little bit, believe it or not. This is a really good, strong par 4. Par is a great score.
Yeah, that was great wind management there.
This putt of about 7 feet to the hole.
This is such a great opportunity for birdie.
That's impressive. He just keeps extending his advantage over the field. Leading by a phenomenal 12 strokes after that one. The 8th hole is a par 3.
This green is not deep. It's wide. It's got a lot of movement from east to west, just not a lot of room north to south. You find the right section of this green, you could find yourself a nice little deuce.
Looks to be going with the 6 iron. Well, I like that strike. This one's heading well towards the green. Just 3 feet to the cup. The putt drops, and we're moving on. Okay, he's holding steady on the leaderboard after that hole. Here we have a long par 5.
Luke, it's just a straight par 5, 615 yards. You got to hit a straight tee shot, a straight second shot, and hopefully hit a straight third shot. It can get challenging when they put the pin on the top left tier. That's when you can put a little too much spin on it and have it come chasing down to the front part of the green. That's no good.
Atta boy, good shot.
He has his eyes set on one place and one place only. It's the green.
And this player's really going after it here, Rich.
2 big hits there, knocking it on this par 5 and 2.
Okay, John, what's he looking at with this putt?
Well, from down here, it looks about 22 feet to the hole.
Big, sweeping, hooking putt.
That's disappointing. And that's going to be a pretty good outcome, that one, in the circle of friendship. Always nice to hold those for birdie. Okay, it's time to make the turn and a good time to reflect on the action so far, Rich.
Well, after 9, so far so good. It's great to see these 2 players stepping up, getting the best out of the games. It'll be interesting to see exactly who's going to be ahead at the end of the tournament.
What a drive. Look at that.
Well, I know that we're in the booth and not right up close to it, but it doesn't take a smart person to work out that's not a nice lie.
Yes, difficult lie. Made a par here yesterday, a little bit more difficult today.
He's hit that one well. Will it get there? This is a lengthy putt here. John, have you got a read on this one? What's it going to do?
Well, this one's going to break pretty hard to the left.
And this one is for his par. And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. On the tee of the par 3 11th.
This green from the back tee looks minuscule. There's just not a lot of room on the front of it. Even the back section, which it does get a little bit wider, it still is very small. A massive shelf, top left. If you get it up there, happy days for you. If not, just find the green, 2-putt, make 3, move on.
Going with the 5-iron here. Not a bad play, that one. Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
He's currently in 5th place.
And back to the course with the live action. 18 feet to the cup. so close. An opportunity to make a par here. In she goes. Let's head to the next. And he's maintained top spot on the leaderboard after that hole. The 12th hole is a par 4.
This is about as tough a hole as you're going to find anywhere on the planet. Prevailing wind coming right back into the players. You just have to step up and hit a solid tee shot to find the fairway. From there, you're going in with a mid to long iron, sometimes even a hybrid, to a green that sits just above you. Not a ton of movement, but enough from back right to front left to make you think.
Well, there he is, Wake Forest Will Zalatoris, Rich. He's done the job, and he continues to do it out here on tour, doesn't he?
He does. He's just one of these players that is just a ferocious competitor, isn't he? Ball striking is amazing. The putting sometimes works with him and works, but you know what? He gets the job done. And so you can't emphasize that enough. You know, it may not be pretty at times, but who cares? He's getting the job done. And you know when you go head-to-head against him, you've got your hands full because he's not backing down from anybody, any challenge, any championship. The guy's a winner.
And now that finds him in first place. Ooh, I like this. The cover's coming off the big dog. Time to let it loose.
It's a very interesting hole. You know, miss those bunkers, put yourself in the fairway, but you've got this ravine that you have to hit over. It's a grass ravine, thankfully, so if you miss the fairway, you can lay up there. But going for this green, if you come up a little shy, you could find one of these 4 or 5 bunkers, both left and right, and then you've got a nearly impossible up and down from there. And again, a green that's got a section on the left and a section on the right. Very rarely did they put the pin in the middle. But boy, I'd tell you what, this is a really good, fun par 5 that you can make anywhere from 3 to 7.
Hopefully this one can hold on to the fairway.
And this putt is for a big 4 on the scorecard. And he's down there. You got to read.
A tricky little slider here. Downhill, moving to the left.
Ooh. Now lining up this putt, still some meat on the bone. Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
Okay, he's behind in this rivalry. Let's see what he can produce.
That is a great chip there. That looked like a thick lie.
Oh, he absolutely hated being behind. And now watch out. He's coming for you.
And after that hole, sitting now 20 under par. And now we find ourselves with a par 4 here.
Nice tee shot here. A little bit more room to the right than the players really feel like there is. However, that also brings a rough on the right-hand side into play, and you don't want to be there, especially with this green that's set right back against the canyon. It's a difficult second shot, almost an infinite edge pool look, if you will. You really have to bear down and make sure you have a good idea of your distance control on your second shot.
Yeah, good swing. This one's heading up onto the green for sure. Well, that's beautifully judged.
And a fantastic look upcoming.
Just 6 feet between he and the hole.
He's got this one for birdie.
Always good to lead the bounce back category. That's a good stat. and maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that hole. Always the toughest hole in the game. A long par 4.
As big as 12 was, Luke, this is almost twice the size, if you can imagine it, with a tiny landing area out there. This is possibly the meanest hole on this golf course. Not hardest, meanest. If you've walked off with par on this hole, job well done, my friend.
His second shot here.
Yeah, that was tricky with that wind. Great shot there.
All right, John, you've been reading them well all day. Take us through this putt.
This one's breaking left to right.
It's got a chance. Oh, wow, that's back-to-back birdies.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
Okay, holding steady on the leaderboard after that hole. Welcome to the 16th hole, a par 3.
This is underrated difficult. The green is big in size, but it plays awfully small because there's really small sections to this green. The front, the back right, and the top left. If you find the right section, job well done. If you don't, it's going to be a difficult 2-putt to say the least.
Looks to be going with a hybrid here. Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
Yeah, he's looking good. Just birdied his last hole.
Let's return to live play now. This would be a great up and down from this spot. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? Putting for a par now. Okay, John, what's he looking at with this putt?
Well, this one's looking around 30 feet, I'd say.
They're going to like the look of this one. That's in the circle of friendship. Oh, a 5-footer. It's amazing how tour pros hold these. Well, that's providing some hope to the rest of the field as our leader stumbles with a bogey. Let's see what happens here at the 17th.
You want to avoid the bunkers on the right, but in doing so, you bring the ravine on the left into play, don't you? Second shot, though, plays slightly uphill. There's 2 distinct sections, the left and the right here. A little bit of a spine that bisects this green. This is a really good, strong par 4. Par is a great score.
Choosing the 9-iron here. Well, that's a handy shot. 8 feet to the cup. Yeah, nice effort from him. He bounces back from the bogey at the last hole. He's currently sitting in first place. The 18th hole is a par 5.
I'd say this is probably one of the, if you talk about risk reward par 5s on the PGA Tour, this has got to be up near the top of the list. You find the fairway, it's just begging you to go for it. You got the water fronting the green, and you have deep bunkers both right and left. But with the history of this hole, you got to go for it, don't you?
Ooh, staying aggressive. Going for the green. Oh, I like the courage here, Rich, getting after this par 5 in 2.
As they should. What a play. Hopefully they'll be rewarded for that play.
Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
So, straight for the most part, with a little bit of left at the end.
Oh, this has got a nice looking roll on it. Great speed. Wow, what a putt. Yeah, that's another really impressive performance, building upon the advantage, and it looks like taking a big lead going into the final 2 days.
What an amazing performance. Everything that this player's done has been absolutely spot on, flawless if you like. Massive lead through 2 rounds.
On behalf of Rich Beem, Henny Kuyak, John McCarthy, I'm Luke Elvey saying so long from 2K Sports.